Hello, this is Mike from Mike's Jazz and R&B Reviews. Ella Fitzgerald was known as perhaps the greatest and best-known jazz singer of all time. She was known for her remarkable ability to sing a ballad with such tenderness that it would almost touch your soul. But then, minutes later, grab hold of a swing song and swing as hard as was almost humanly possible. During her lifetime, she was known as the First Lady of Song because of her remarkable ability, especially to sing songs from what is known as the Great American Songbook. And that refers to songs written by such composers as Cole Porter, George and I. Gershwin, Irving Berlin, Jerome Kern, Harold Arlen, and Duke Ellington. But I will never forget that when she died in 1996, at the age of 79, a Time magazine wrote a wonderful tribute to her. And in its headline, it gave her another title that was equally as fitting as being known as the First Lady of Song. Time magazine called Ella Fitzgerald the Voice of America. Now, it would be almost impossible to pick out the best album that Ella Fitzgerald ever made. Although I've seen some other YouTubers have done videos in which they've ranked her albums, and they've done an incredible job. I will not try to pick out the best album. I will tell you what I think. What is one of her best albums, and one that I've always really enjoyed. And that is an album with an odd title. It is Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie from 1961. Now this album differed a little bit from the type of albums that Ella Fitzgerald recorded, especially during the 50s and the 60s. A lot of times during this period, she was backed by these studio orchestras where the arrangements were done by such well-known figures as Nelson Riddle and Billy May. And these were guys who had also worked with Frank Sinatra. But on Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie, I think it's especially enjoyable because on this record, you hear her with a group of jazz musicians. There are only 4 musicians: a pianist, somebody on guitar, somebody on drums, and somebody on bass. And that makes Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie, I think it's especially enjoyable. And I think one of her best albums. Okay, let's take a look at some of the songs on Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie. The album has 17 tracks, so I think you get a lot for your money. Track 1 gets the album off to a wonderful start. Ella Fitzgerald does a superb vocal interpretation of the great Dizzy Gillespie classic, A Night in Tunisia. And here you see all of her vocal powers just shine to the highest. This is a wonderful way to get things started. Track 2 is a song titled You're My Thrill. This is a love song written back in the 30s. a very sensual, very sultry song. Ella does a really good job on this. I might note this is a song that's been recorded by a lot of female jazz singers. Billie Holiday did it in the 40s. Her version is good. And more recently, jazz singers such as Shirley Horn did a beautiful version of it on one of her albums. And a contemporary jazz singer named Cecile McLaurin Salvat also did a wonderful version of a song, You're My Thrill. Okay, track 3 is a interesting song. Song title, My Reverie. Now this is interesting. This is a popular song that was written also, I think, back in the 30s. It's a popular song that is based on a classical work. It's titled My Reverie, and it was based on a composition, Reverie, by the great French composer Claude Debussy. And Ella does a wonderful version. As you might expect, Debussy's original piano-focused version is just beautiful. And Ella injects a little emotion into her singing here, she maintains the beauty of the song. So my Reverie, track 3. Track 4 is a song titled, a jazz standard that's been done by many jazz players. Stella, My Starlight. I believe this comes from a 1940s movie. The Uninvited, which I believe is sort of like a ghost story. Sometimes they'll show this on Turner Classic Movies. It's a beautiful song. I think the lyric to this was written maybe several years after the movie came out. But Ella does a beautiful version of, I'm talking about Stella by Starlight, and how beautiful her hair is in Starlight and that type of thing. Let me see. Track 5. We get another Ella interpretation of another great jazz classic, and I'm talking about Round Midnight, of course, written by the great Thelonious Monk. Just another, stupendous vocal interpretation by Ella. I mean, her singing here it's just so beautiful. Her voice was just so beautiful during this period. And she really brings out all the feeling and the emotion. You feel yourself almost sitting there, maybe in a darkened room as the clocks are about to strike midnight. Excellent. Just wonderful stuff. Let me see what... Track 8. Track 8 is a song titled Cry Me a River. Now this song was, I think the most famous version of this song was by a singer-actress named Julie London. She made this maybe in the 50s or the 60s. But another interesting fact, more contemporary fact about this, a lot of people on YouTube, you see, do these reaction videos where they play songs and do reaction to them. And for some reason, this is a song by Ella Fitzgerald that a number of people have chosen to do YouTube reaction videos to. So if you want to see a a YouTube reaction video, just do a search for Cry Me a River, and you'll see several of them. This is a pretty good song. It's not one of my favorites. I'm not that in love with the lyric or anything, but it's a nice song, and Ella does a good job on it. Track 10. Oh, now here, Ella does a song associated with one of her peer vocalists. I'm talking about the great Billie Holiday. This is Ella Fitzgerald's version of Good Morning Heartache, of course made famous by Billie Holiday. To be honest with you, I've listened to a number of Billie Holiday versions of this song, and the song is Billie's, but I really like this Ella Fitzgerald version. I really like this Ella Fitzgerald version. I think it gives the Billie Holiday version a good run for its money. Really nice version of Good Morning Heartache. What else? Track 12. Now, track 12 is the title tune, Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie. I don't know why they titled the album or chose to use this song as the title song. It's kind of a silly song. The only thing I can say is if you want to see how fast Ella Fitzgerald can sing, and she can sing very fast, listen to Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie. I mean, the lyric is just not much to listen to. It's almost kind of a novelty tune. But maybe they thought that this weird title would draw people to the album. But Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie, the title tune, is track 12. And finally, now this is an example of a beautifully written song, beautiful melody and excellent lyric. A song titled, Spring Can Hang You Up the Most. And Ella Fitzgerald does a wonderful job on this. This is a hard song to sing because it has a kind of a complex lyric to it. I mean, just a lot of words. But it's Ella Fitzgerald, so she handles it with ease. So on track 13, Spring Can Hang You Up the Most. Now there's a number of other songs on Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie. But these, I think, were some of the highlights. This album, I think, is just a superb example of vocal jazz, one of the best you'll find. I usually do a rating from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, and for the first time, I'm going to award a 5, the highest rating, to Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie. I think it deserves it. It's just a fine, wonderful album. And luckily, it's available on YouTube, so you can listen to the whole album on YouTube. And if you're into jazz, I know a lot of jazz lovers don't like vocals. I've heard a lot of people tell me, I think the vocals intrude on the music. But if you do like jazz vocals, please seek out Clap Hands, Here Comes Charlie by Ella Fitzgerald from 1961. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it. That's it for now. I want to thank you so much for listening. Until the next time, this is Mike from Mike's Jazz and R&B Reviews.